Coming up this week on High School Sports Weekly, brought to you by OS1 Sports Injury Clinic.
Not only are we going to recap Week 2 of the state playoffs, we'll set you up for that huge semifinal showdown between Thompson and Hoover.
That's right. I got to spend a little time this week with each quarterback, Connor Harrell and Josh Lundy.
And also, we'll introduce you to Kylee Butts, who's not only a cheerleader at Thompson, but a boxer as well.
That's right. All that coming up and more this week on High School Sports Weekly.
OS1 Sports Injury Clinic in Hoover is a proud partner of High School Sports Weekly. OS1 has fellowship-trained sports medicine physicians right here in your community. There's no appointment needed. Just drive up to the door. They've got X-ray and MRI on site. So now, being injured or having an orthopedic issue doesn't mean you need to be exposed to sick people. Avoid the hassle and time of going to an ER when you can get more specialized care in a more timely fashion at OS1. Open 7 days a week to serve you. It's OS1 Sports Injury Clinic, and find them online at bettersooner.com. Welcome back, everybody, to High School Sports Weekly, brought to you by OS1 Sports Injury Clinic. Along with Susan Carruthers, I'm Chris Stewart. Great to have you with us and great to be talking about another week where we've got high school football. And we've got two great teams left because we had four terrific teams a week ago.
That's right. Two big games last week. Let's recap them. First of all, Hoover beating Oak Mountain 24-21. You know, they say football is a game of inches. And with 1 minute and 14 seconds left in the game, the Eagles had 4th and 1 on the 25-yard line, so inches really mattered. The Bucks came up with a big stop and held on to the lead to win the game. But you know, Oak Mountain has a lot to be proud of this year. They fell to Hoover 42-7 in the regular season. Quite an improvement there as they gave Hoover a run for their money Friday night.
No question about that. So you had the kind of a blowout regular season win for Hoover, the first matchup, then a tight playoff victory for the Bucks. It was really flipped when you look at the matchup between Thompson, Hewitt, Trussville, because that was a good game for 3.5 quarters earlier in the year, but not the case this go-round.
Yes, Thompson quarterback Connor Harrell threw for 4 touchdowns and ran the ball 12 times for 100 yards. Big key to the Warriors' success was their defense, led by Jax Van Zant and Jeremiah Alexander, stopping the Husky run game and creating turnovers. Thompson's won every game big this year. They have won every game by 13 or more points. So Thompson advances to the semifinals for the 4th straight year in a row.
And a huge matchup set with Hoover for that semifinal game.
That's right. We'll talk about it later.
We have all heard the saying, never judge a book by its cover. Well, you may want to keep that in mind if you ever run into Kylee Butts. As Donette Logan tells us, the 5-foot, 125-pound cheerleader has a right hook you'd never see coming.
If you go to a Thompson football game on any Friday night, you will see junior Kylee Butts cheering the Warriors to victory.
I enjoy leading the crowd and feeling the energy in it, and it's just fun.
But once the game is over, Kylee puts down the pom-poms and laces up her gloves to step into the ring.
Well, my parents watch a lot of UFC fights, and there's not a lot of girls in it, and I thought it would be fun to start doing it. And then I just fell in love with it when I started it.
When Kylee first told her parents she wanted to box, they thought it was just a phase, but they quickly learned their daughter was made for the ring.
So I called Jeremy at the garage and said, hey, would you just humor her with maybe a private? She's a cheerleader. My guess is she's going to be a girly girl, so she's not really going to do that great. But if you would just humor her, that'd be great. And we set up the private, so her dad and I came with her, and he came out and was like, she has incredible raw power. I would love to train her. And I'm sure my jaw dropped because I was like, what?
You never judge a book by its cover, because we've had several girls just like her come in and then just crack with their power hand. And she is one of them. She hits super hard and she gives it 100% every time. So we knew she was something special when she came in.
For a lot of people, when they hear a cheerleader boxer, they may think that's a weird combination, but it's never stopped Kylee.
I admire her for it, though. I wish I had that tenacity or that bravery to just stick myself out there and give it a shot, because it does seem fun. But I was a lot more of a cautious person, so I never would have actually tried that at her age. So I really admire that she's willing to do it.
Cheering and boxing might seem like oil and water, but Kylee and her trainers have found the two actually complement each other.
It keeps me stronger, so I can tumble better. Keeps me in shape, so when I'm on the mat, I don't get tired and run out of breath or anything.
Her natural athleticism and just her being in some type of sport, whether it's cheer or anything else, she has that athletic mindset of wanting to do everything correct, so she listens really well, and just her explosive power with her athleticism, it's a good combination to have.
Kylee is dedicated to training for the ring. Sometimes she leaves cheerleading and goes straight to the gym.
I wake up around 6 and get ready for school and then go. And then after, we start at 2:30 for cheer and then end at 5:30 or 6. And then after that, I'll come here for maybe an hour or more, and then I'll go home.
Kylie's dream to box is something her parents weren't sure about at first, but after seeing her drive, they knew it was a good fit. They even spar with her at home some nights to keep her fight ready. But Kylee doesn't want to stop with boxing. She wants to enter the cage for a UFC fight. And when you ask her why, you realize it's just what she's meant to do.
It just seems fun to me, and just working out is I always enjoy it.
I have watched several of the female fights, and they do get pretty brutal, but she is really good at it, and she does have a lot of power. She's working with some great trainers here, so I really trust them that they would have her ready, and they would never put her out there unless they knew 100% she was ready for that.
If you see Kylee preparing to step in the ring to fight and you doubt this small, petite young lady can hold her own, her trainers have one message for you.
I would just say enjoy the show.
Donette Logan, High School Sports Weekly.
We really enjoy being able to showcase athletes in our area, and we enjoy it even more when we can give you an update on them reaching for a dream of theirs. Last month, we met Joseph Sullivan. Sullivan plays football for Vestavia Hills High School and is the grandson of the late Pat Sullivan. Despite his love for football, Joseph told us that his passion is baseball, and he hopes to play baseball at college. Well, Joseph is getting to do just that. On Twitter, he announced that he is signed to play for South Alabama. Congrats, Joseph.
We'll continue our preview of Thompson and Hoover, take a look at the quarterback spot for both sides, and also talk with the folks at National Scouting Report. Stay with us here on High School Sports Week. OS1 Sports Injury Clinic in Hoover is a proud partner of High School Sports Weekly. OS1 has fellowship-trained sports medicine physicians right here in your community. There's no appointment needed. Just drive up to the door. They've got X-ray and MRI on site. So now, being injured or having an orthopedic issue doesn't mean you need to be exposed to sick people. Avoid the hassle and time of going to an ER when you can get more specialized care in a more timely fashion at OS1. Open 7 days a week to serve you. It's OS1 Sports Injury Clinic. You can find them online at bettersooner.com.
You're watching High School Sports Weekly. Go Warriors!
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to the National Scouting Report Recruiting Roundtable. My name is Rachel Brown, and I'm a National Scout based here in Alabama. As scouts in the field, the question we get a lot is, why is this player getting recruited over me, even though we're the same position with similar stats? And the answer is that college coaches are looking for the best all-around fit, not just your athletic skill set. There are a lot of factors that come into play to become a perfect fit for a college coach. Those include your academics. Are you in-state versus out-of-state? What is your financial fit within the program? Your style of play, your attitude, even the relationship that you build with that college coach. But the biggest and most important factor is being identified. Have you been identified by that college coach to even been given the opportunity to be recruited? Let's take softball, for example. There are roughly 1,800 schools that play softball at the next level. If you're not hearing from coaches, I highly doubt it's because all of those coaches got together and decided that you just weren't good enough. The reality is that you haven't been identified. If you have questions about how to get identified, or you're unsure if you've been identified or not, then please reach out to me. I will make sure I walk you through that process. Thanks for tuning in.
As you well know, we're leading up to a big matchup this Friday night between Thompson and Hoover. And we all know you don't get to this point in the season without having incredible leadership at the quarterback position. I got a chance to catch up with both quarterbacks this week, Harrell from Thompson and Josh Lundy from Hoover. Well, Connor, thank you so much for being with us today. First of all, let's start out by just tell me, who is Harrell?
Let's see, I'm a quarterback, obviously. I've played at Thompson for most of my life. I've always played quarterback. I love football. When I was younger, I played all 4 sports. I ran track, played baseball, basketball. But as I started growing up, I grew a different love for football, and now here I am.
Well, good. Well, tell me how you're feeling about this Friday night's game. Big game against Hoover.
It's a big game. I have to treat it like every other game. You know, it's a big game because we're in it, but I have to go into just prepare, just do what our coaches tell us, be coachable all throughout the week, and just do our best on Friday night.
Okay. Well, you'll be up again against Josh Lundy. I know you've seen him many times. Tell me, what do you respect about Josh and the way he plays the position?
Josh is really good. I've seen him play, watched him on film, and he definitely, the way he helps carry his team, carry his offense. So, I mean, he's definitely good. I'm looking forward to the matchup this Friday.
Good. Tell me about the chemistry that you have with your receivers.
I have a chemistry with all my receivers. We started in the facility the beginning of this year. We all work every day. We just build a chemistry. Actually, when I was with Sawyer, we would still be throwing. So we've all been here for 2 years. So we've built that chemistry. So I know where they're going to be, on the field and stuff.
Good. Any successful quarterback, has to have a great offensive line. So talk to me about your relationship with your O-line.
Oh, the offensive line is great. I know, but we'd be on the field or in the facility or whatever, and then we'd have a training session. So I come and throw receivers, and then we'd see our linemen leaving right before that. So they'd be working. We'd be working. We're all working all season to try to work towards another boom up. So I know. And then my offensive line has been great this season. Like, unbelievable job.
Good. Well, I know that, the biggest goal is to win that state championship. So tell me, what does winning a state championship mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot, especially in this community. Because when I was in about 6th grade, 5th grade, Thompson wasn't, and Coach Freeman came, and then he started building up the program. All of our seniors and people who are in college right now, they built up this program. So winning the state championship means a lot for this community and for this team and for the people who went through that 5-5 season and 0-10 season. It means a lot for them. So I know that, and so it means a lot winning the state championship.
Good. Okay, tell me, do you have a special pregame warm-up? What do you do to get up for the game?
Actually, pregame, I don't do much of the same stuff, because I feel like if I do the same stuff and then one day I don't have it, then you know what I mean. So I try not to make too many of the same. So I mean, I'll change it up every game.
Okay, you're a junior, so you've got another year after this. But what are you thinking about plans for the future?
I want to play college football, and I don't know what God has in store for me for my future, but I know that's what I want. I want to play college football, hopefully be in the NFL one day. So that's what I'm working towards right now in every game and every practice. That's what's in my mind.
Good. Well, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Josh, thank you so much for being with us here today. Can you first of all just start out by telling us, who is Josh Lundy?
I'm just trying to be a leader on the field and try to be humble in everything I do and keep God first in everything that I do. So.
Well, fantastic. Tell me, how are you feeling about this big game coming up on Friday?
I'm feeling confident. We've played them once, so it's our second go-around, so you don't get a second chance a lot of times in life. But we know we got to play our best game to beat a team like this in Thompson, because they're very good, so we'll see what happens Friday night.
That's right. So you mentioned you have seen this team once before, and so I'm sure you've seen Connor Harrell play.
Yeah.
What are some things that you admire about Connor and how he plays the position?
I like how he came in, you know, like we didn't know much about like what they were going to have at quarterback this year, and he came in and was explosive from the jump. He's really mobile. He can throw on the run. He can run. He does everything well.
Right. Okay. Talk to me a little bit about the chemistry that you have with the receivers on your team.
Yeah, we started, you know, in the winter right from the beginning, or right when we lost to Thompson the year before. I got all the receivers' numbers, and we threw in the winter all the way through the summer, through quarantine and everything. So it's been good, like getting with those guys and just building the chemistry between us.
Okay, and to be a quarterback at the level that you're at, to be so outstanding, you have to have a strong offensive line. So tell me a little bit about your relationship with your offensive line.
Yeah, the offensive line's been great. I've played with them for like 10 years. I've been friends with like a lot of those guys like Nick Paradise and Adam Bukowski since I was like 7 years old. So just working with them throughout every year is just growing the chemistry every year.
That's right. Well, you're getting really close to a possible state championship. Tell me, what does winning a state championship mean to you?
Yeah, it would mean everything just for me and the team and my brothers that I've been playing with for my whole life. I've been playing football, and that's what we've worked for the entire time here, and just that's the main accomplishment and the main goal we want to achieve this year.
Thanks. Thank you so much, Josh.
Thank you.
Here's the thing. Everybody wants to see that game in person, but all the tickets are gone. The GoFan app is where we normally would send people, but no tickets left for that game, no parking left for that game. So if you've got your tickets, consider yourself fortunate, but also thanks to the NFHS network, which is subscription-based, people can tune in. You got the choice. You can see either the Hoover or listen to either the Hoover side of it, and the same thing if you prefer to watch Thompson.
That's right, and we're getting down to the wire here. So the winner of the Hoover-Thompson game will get the winner of the Central Phoenix City and Auburn game. So we'll see how our state championship lines up after Friday night.
We will know by the time we talk to you next, which will be after Thanksgiving. We're off next week. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. We again encourage you to please like and share your story ideas for the program. Share the videos of these shows with others on your social media platforms.
That's right. Everybody have a safe and happy Thanksgiving.